your gifting. What did I say? God is releasing grace for greater in your gifting.
Yes,
God is releasing grace for greater in your gifting. Not in your job, but in your gifting. God is equipping you so that he can take the slack off so you can really come to him. That's why he's increasing your finances. He's blessing you. He's putting you in doors that you couldn't walk in on your own, because he's showing you that I am what? With you. Amen. And so now, if you will seek him, if you begin to pray, then the gift in that place increases, because he never calls us to a place without a purpose for being there. Amen. So every place God has connected you, there is a purpose in it. Am I right? Amen. So therefore, when you're there and you're in you're in the posture of God and you're in the purpose of God, when you're there, amen, then that house, that business, wherever you are, should increase as a result of a connection with you. So what we've been seeing, I said, God, last night I was in prayer. I said, God, look like I've been seeing the opposite. The Holy Spirit said, now, this is the place I've called you to. And I'm telling you, I felt that overflowing prophetic begin to flow in my life. Amen. Let me tell you something. When you connect with the presence of God, he's going to show you right and wrong. Because don't spend your time there praying for people, amen, when you know that you need prayer for yourself. There's a time when we just got to come before God and be honest with God. This is God, I need you to help me. I need you. This ain't about them down the street. Today, this is about me. I'm messed up in my mind. I'm confused. I'm almost backslidden. Come on, I don't like to pray. I don't want to pray. I don't think about prayer. I need you to rekindle the fire of prayer in my belly, because I can't be saved and don't have communication with you. I don't know how we think we can walk around proclaiming something that we don't really have connection with. Come on. Amen. You can say you save all day. Amen. But you ain't been more saved than standing in a garage making you a car. Amen. Come on, somebody. You got to, amen, you have to, amen, do what are in the confinements of the relationship, amen, in order to maintain the connection. Amen. Come on, somebody. If you say you're my friend, but we never communicate, then we're just acquaintance. We're not really friends. Amen. Come on, somebody. There's people I speak to in the distance, but I won't call and talk to. Come on, somebody. And if you never call me or talk to me, then we can't be connected. Come on, somebody. Because what you're connected to, you're concerned about. Amen. And when you get concerned about, come on, when I'm concerned about you, I'll call and say, how you doing? I ain't heard from you in a few days. Come on, somebody. You all right? What you need? Any help? Come on, somebody. That's called, amen, being in connection. Come on. Amen. Therefore, amen, when you're really concerned about people, you're going to be connected and communicate with them. Amen. And that's what the Holy Spirit is saying. You can't say you're connected to me. You can't say, amen, that you're my son, you're my daughter. Come on, somebody. You don't communicate with me. You don't talk to me. But every once in a while, when you're overwhelmed or when you're in trouble, amen, but when you keep a consistent connection with the doctor, come on, somebody, you ain't got to schedule an appointment. Come on, you can just call him up and say, Doc, listen, I'm feeling this way. He said, well, I know your system. I know why you're doing it. Anybody know? Amen. I know why you're doing it. Take a little more of this and then just come off of that a little bit. Because he already know you.
Yeah, that's true.
And so he said, he said, God is releasing the grace for greater in your gifting. That means we got to pay attention to your gift. Listen, pay attention to your gift. Pay attention to your gift. We spend so much time in everything else. The Holy Spirit told me, he said, you spend time in poverty because you don't spend enough time on your gift. When you spend time on your gift, I don't care what you don't have finances for. When you give God's attention in your area, he's going to bring provision for every vision in your life. Am I helping somebody?
Amen.
Then he told me this morning in prayer, he said, what will be your conclusion? I said, God, I don't understand. He said, what will be your conclusion? He said, look at the word. The word conclusion is the end or finish. It is the finish of an event or process. A judgment or decision reached by reasoning. Webster says it's a final decision or judgment, an opinion or decision that's formed after a period of thought or research. The last part of something. The act of concluding or finishing something, or the state of being finished. Then the Lord said again, he said, what is your conclusion? I said, God, I said, I understand. I said, my conclusion is whatever you say it is. He said, no, your conclusion is whatever you say. I said, God, how you say that? He said, because I said in my word, what things soever you ask when you pray, believe it and it shall be what? Yeah. Done. Look at somebody say, it's done. Yeah. So conclusion means the end, the finish. He began to say, now separate the word, because the word conclusion is a derivative of two words. It's conclude and S-I-O-N, which is the process of concluding. I said, God, now it starts to make sense. Because when you conclude said you have made a decision to end the process. I said, okay, I get it. So as he began to talk, he said, He said, today you have to conclude your next. The opening of your new season is pronounced by a conclusion of the past season. In order for you to move forward, you must come to the decision to drive, press the gas, shift the gear. And so then I said, now I understand what you're saying. He said, you have to conclude that whatever has hindered you in the past season will no longer be your hindrance in this season. That means I conclude that I'm not going to struggle in 2017. Once you conclude it, you close off the season of struggle. Y'all, you get me on the, once you conclude that a certain thing is not going to happen again, it's just like somebody hitting you. And come on, somebody keep on hitting you. And after a while, you get fed up and say, listen, you're not going to hit me again. Come on, somebody. And they reach back to strike again. But you conclude that that was the last time. And so the result is, come on, somebody, I knocked you out. Come on, somebody. Because you got to get sick and tired of seeing the same thing and conclude. Come on, somebody. Because see, as long as you stay in conclusion, you're going to keep being in the process of thinking about what the next thing should be. But he said, when you conclude that, listen, that state of poverty is over. I'm not living in that. I'm not going to lay in the bed till 11 o'clock in the morning. Come on, somebody, at 1 o'clock in the afternoon and get up and say, well, I really ain't been able to do much of nothing. And we ain't got this and we ain't got that. You know why? Because the Bible says he that sleepeth awakened to poverty. Amen. And if you want to end the process, you got to get up and conclude that that's the last day I'm going to spend laying in my bed, sitting in my room, looking at the walls, asking God for prosperity. He's giving power to get wealth. That means he's not going to give you, come on somebody, the wealth. He's going to give you the ability to get it.
Come on.
The ability to get it.
Because somebody says, give me divine ability.
Give me divine ability.
To get wealth.
Get wealth.
Come on, I say, I want you to say that. Stop talking in poverty. Open your mouth and speak because you want to conclude a place in your life. I'm ending poverty in my life. Say, listen, I have spent my last day. Come on, say it with me. I spent my last day in poverty. I conclude that I will no longer sleep in poverty, but I will awake, arise, conclude that I am the wealth of God. I walk in wealth. I live in wealth. Wealth and riches are in my house. Wealth and riches are in my house. Come on, say it. Wealth and riches are in my house.
Oh, hallelujah. Thank you.
Devil is a liar. I will no longer live, amen, and have opening my mouth to the enemy. The devil got to, no, devil, the devil is a liar. I will not, come on, you ought to look at a bill that's latent behind. It say 2017, you won't be behind no more. I conclude this my last season, paying my rent on the 15th when it's due on the 5th. I speak to you rent because this year I'm putting you to, I'm abolishing you too. Next year, come on, by 2018, I'm going to own it. Come on, somebody. And that's got to be your mindset. You got to do what you do so well that you work yourself out of one place and work yourself into the next place in God.
Come on. Yes, Lord. Come on.
We got to get sick and tired of the enemy.
Yes.
Dealing us a bad hand and we trying to work with it. But you got to learn how to throw it in.
Yes.
Tell somebody no more same.
No more same.
The prophetess was speaking of this on the other day. Amen. But the Lord began to tell me, he began to put in my spirit. He said, you're going to be the same until you say something different. You're going to keep seeing the results that you're getting until you speak something different over your life. Come on, you got to show up to the test. And you got to show up on time. And when you get, come on, if you show up to the test on time, you're going to get the revelation of how to come through. Yeah. See, let me tell you something. Pre-test is always a preparation for the main test. And the reason why you failed the test is because you failed the pre-test. Come on, if you don't show up to the pre-test, you won't know what's in the actual exam. Come on. Amen. That's why the Holy Spirit began to tell me. He said, all that you're going through right now is preparation for what I'm getting ready to give you. And if you don't learn how to pass it here, you won't pass it in the main exam. These last three days, my daughter was looking at me. She said before Wednesday, she said, Daddy, I got final exams Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And I looked at her and said, well, you just got to do it, baby. You know why? Because you just spent 6 to 9 weeks in preparation. And so if you paid attention in them 6 to 9 weeks, when it comes to them exam days, you ain't worried. Because you already know, I had preparation for this. So I know 2 plus 2 is 4. So when I get to the exam, I ain't got to work it out. I ain't got to count it on my finger. See, when you see a thing come around several times, you will look at that thing and you say, you know what? I already know that. I already got that. I've already been through that. I leaped over that hurdle a few weeks ago. So when I see that same thing, I say, no, devil, you're not going to trick me this time. I already know it. And so I conclude that I'm finished with that process.
Yes.
I conclude that I'm healed, I'm whole,